Brian Westbrook with GeekWire Studios. Today in Money Hacks with BECU, we're talking about uncertain times. Stacy Black is the lead financial educator for BECU. We are absolutely living in just topsy-turvy times. What can that do to affect your finances? And perhaps more importantly, any tips to navigating all this?
While uncertainty is inevitable, taking control can help soften the blow. Take control of what you can. Focus on your spending, for example. Limit unnecessary distractions and extra expenses when you can. Keep tabs on your budget. Find tools that can help you do that as well.
Maybe an app, for example?
Right, yeah, there's so many different apps. Look for a free app and check with your financial institution because they likely have something already. I would also say it's important to revisit your financial goals. Maybe one of your financial goals right now is to be debt-free, get out of debt. But maybe we pause that and focus on increasing our savings for now until things get a little more level. And then we can start putting those funds back towards paying off our debt.
And there are also a lot of automated tools that can help make these items a little bit easier, yeah?
Absolutely. Again, check with your financial institution. We have alerts that you can sign up for if you go below a certain balance. There's so many tools, and a lot of people just don't realize what they are.
Once you set up some of those tools, whether it be text alerts or app alerts, it really kind of helps keep you aware of what's going on with your financial health.
Right, and it keeps you checking in and keeping it top of mind.
So as we're watching, Stacy, the news of the day, and you're seeing financial markets doing what financial markets do, you're worried about results of an election on one side of the fence or the other, whether it be local or national, what advice would you have for those that are seeing these events unfold and thinking about their retirement plans, thinking about their goals, thinking about their job security? What do we do with all of that?
Focus on what you have control over. Focus on your financial health, your savings, revisiting your financial goals, things like that.
So as you're seeing these events unfold, the world changes. Maybe that means your financial strategy needs to change, what you're focusing on, what you're spending on as well. How do we best get out of this funk that is the stress of trying to collaborate world events along with our financial health? What advice would you have for kind of rebounding and getting out of that doom?
Yeah, I think we have short memories when it comes to things like this, and we know things happen. We're going to have volatile times, and so planning ahead for that and just remembering we need to prioritize savings. And that's why I tell people maybe reevaluating goals, and instead of saving for that trip to Hawaii, we're padding our savings, our emergency savings account instead. And then when times calm down, we can go to Hawaii and reevaluate and move our goals back there.
There is something to be said about a trip to Hawaii being rewarding, but also knowing that you are okay if you lose your job or you have unexpected expenses for a few months. That can also be just as relaxing and just as stress-free.
Right, yeah, and it takes away that pressure and that uncertainty. So we can't control everything that's happening, but we can control how we're reacting to it.
One of the big topics that's been in the news, and it seems like the news here changes every day, is around student loan and debt forgiveness. What should we be thinking about as we plan for our futures? Should we count on that being zeroed out, or should we be a little more cautious?
Nobody knows. It's so confusing right now, and there's so much different information coming at us, and how we interpret that information is different as well. So I would say definitely check with a reliable source. The Department of Education's Federal Student Aid site has everything you need to know. And so check in there regularly and just be prepared for things to change.
So perhaps check with the reliable sources and maybe not the uncle down the street that knew somebody that said something that, oh, this is what's happening. It can get really confusing really quickly Check with your loan servicer, check with the Department of Education, reliable sources that will have the latest information to monitor what's happening, if anything, with student loan forgiveness.
Right, and definitely stay in contact with your loan servicers. They're going to be your main point of contact. And even if you feel like none of these options are right for me or I'm not eligible, there are other resources available, so check out that website.
What other advice would you have as you're navigating kind of this topsy-turvy world, as I called it earlier?
Yeah, I just try to ignore all the noise, right? Like you said, there's so much advice out there. My mom will call me and say, "Did you hear the news?" And try to get me to panic, right? But if we're using those reliable sources, that can help us have peace of mind that we really know what's happening.
And focus on the things that you can control. Great advice. Thank you so much. Stacey Black, lead financial educator for BECU. I'm Brian Westbrook. You've been watching Money Hacks, presented by BECU. Thanks for watching.